What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Whew, I need to breathe because I've been recording like 3 to 4 videos in a row right now. Okay, so we're still on the invisible red flags in a relationship, and today I'm going to talk about dreams, okay? Because this is one that people don't pay attention to, and this is one that, you know, I've experienced myself, and I think it's invisible because, like I said before, people don't pay attention to it, and it's something that you need to pay attention to, especially if you're a Christian. You know that God talks to us to dream, vision, revelation, and so on and so forth. So let's get straight into it. All right, so if you're in a relationship or you're dating someone, first of all, let me just make this clear. As a Christian, before you get in a relationship with someone, you should be praying to God about it. And if you've not heard from God about it, you should not be moving forward. Okay? When I mean hearing from God, it could be audible, revelation, vision, dream, whatever. You need to get a sign from God that you can go ahead. You don't just get into a relationship and then you start asking God questions. No. You have to put God first. You have to ask God and inquire from Him. Ask some question. You know, this person wants to this person wants to be in a relationship with me. You know, God, is this the person you have for me? Should I go ahead with it? Should give me a sign? What do I need to look out for? What type of questions do I need to ask Him? Okay, because let me give you an example of myself. There was a guy a year or 2, 3 years ago who asked me out on a date. Now, I knew this guy was interested in me. I could tell he was interested in me, okay? I wasn't being naive about it. I knew. But I was praying to God about it, and I just know that whenever I pray about him, it's like I get a very bad dream about him, about me, and I couldn't understand the dream, but I just knew it was bad. It was just bad. And even upon that, I still went ahead and said, okay, let me go on a date with him, as in, you know, sit down, eat, and let's talk, and let me ask questions and see where he's at, whether he's a Christian, whether he's godly, whether he's not, this and that. So my mom then had a dream where she was like, Dammy, God just told me that you're getting distracted, you need to focus on your education, blah 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 blah. So I knew that was sign number 2 for my mom. So then I went ahead and I said, okay, I'm gonna go and still see for myself. And I remember when I was in the shower and I was standing there, you know when you're in the shower and you just think about life, and you're either praying, thinking about life, or you're just standing there. And I was praying to God in the shower, and I said, God, as I'm going out on a date to see this guy, I want you to reveal to me every single red flag that I need to see. I want you to show me every single thing that I have not seen in this guy, because I've been talking to this guy for 3 months, but we haven't kissed, we haven't done anything intimate. It's just been conversations back and forth. So the day came, and let me tell you one red flag that happened. He said we should meet up for 12 o'clock, right? And I said, okay, we'll meet up for 12 o'clock and we'll chill somewhere. I called this guy up. Now, I'm there on time because I hate when people come late, so I get there on time. I called this guy up at 12 o'clock, and it sounded like I just woke him up. And that got me annoyed because, first of all, I like a man that does what he says. Do you know what I mean? And even though you weren't able to make it at 12 o'clock, you should have told me or called me early in the morning and say, listen, I know we planned 12 o'clock, but can we push it forward to like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock because something happened last night? And I called him, and he sounded like he just woke up. And then he was like, oh, I went out to the club last night, this and this and that, and I got home late, and he'll be with me in an hour. And I was thinking, from where he lived to where we were going to meet up, it's not going to take you an hour to get to where I am if you have to take a shower. So I obviously knew that he didn't take a shower, which to me is a red flag, because I like a man who takes care of himself. Hygiene is important. You need to take a shower. But not only that, when we now, you know, saw each other, we planned originally that we would do this. He got there, he changed the plan altogether. That's red flag number 2. Then we sat down, we started eating Nando's and all of that. And, you know, he was being a gentleman, he paid for my meal, he did whatever he was supposed to do. And then we started eating, and his eyes was just wandering everywhere. So his eyes was wandering around. It was as if he was like looking for something. His eyes was not focused on me at all. Now, you know, when a guy sees like a girl that he wants to get with and he takes her out, his eyes is like focused on you. This one, he wasn't even focused on me at all. He was looking at the window, looking at the girl going past, looking at the one sitting beside him, and that was like red flag number 4. Then me talking to him for 3 months and seeing him for 3 months, I didn't even know that he was smoking. I couldn't even smell it. If someone is smoking, when they start talking to you, you can smell it, you can sense it. I didn't even know until that particular day when we were eating, and he was telling me, you know, I smoke this and I make sure, you know, I spray myself well so you can't sense it, blah blah blah. And I thought, wow, this is red flag number 5. And then on top of that, he was telling me, you know, on our next date, I'm going to take you out to the most expensive hotel. And I'm thinking in my head, what are we going to do in the hotel? Because as for me, I'm practicing celibacy, so what are we doing in the hotel? That was like red flag number 6. He wasn't asking me any questions about, you know, myself, my visions, my goals, what am I doing with my life, this and that. Red flag number 7. Then after that, then, you know, later on he was like, okay, I just want to go, I have something that I need to do, blah blah blah. He didn't even spend time with me. That's red flag number 8. Do you see how many red flags I've seen just within, like, what was it, 25 minutes of sitting down with someone while eating? Now, if it was another girl, all the things that I've counted, you wouldn't count it. But I know these things. I know. So I said, nah, this is not it. And I know the prayer that I prayed before I went to go see that guy. So before you get into a relationship, you need to ask God whether it's okay for you to go ahead with that person. You need to make sure he gives you the green light. If he's not giving you the green light, because there are times where you could pray to God about it and you don't get an answer immediately, or you wouldn't even get an answer at all, but he will give you a sign. That's why you need to be careful. You need to observe. You need to observe. You need to ask questions. Pay attention to detail, little things. Pay attention to it, because it's not compulsory that God has to show you a dream or God has to show you a vision, or, you know, he could drop a song to you. He could give you a sign through somebody else, or even maybe when you see the person or when you're on the phone with the person, he will give you a sign. And sometimes you feel the sign within your chest. You just notice that when you're around this person, your spirit is not settled, you're not comfortable, your heart is beating, your heart is racing. You know, back in the days when I was small, they used to tell me that when your heart is racing around someone, it means that you're meant to be, you have a crush on them. When you're a Christian, it means it's not meant to be, because your spirit is supposed to settle when you're around the person. Your spirit is supposed to recognize that spirit within that person. So if it's not bearing witness, if it's not recognizing each other, then it's not it. So anyway, that's why it's an invisible red flag, because if I didn't make that prayer in the shower before seeing him, I wouldn't have paid attention to all the things that he did there. But I knew what I want and I know what I like in a man, and he just portrayed the complete opposite. Now, some of you might be wondering, well, if it's Mr. Right, how will I know? Now, if it's Mr. Right, it's still the same thing. God might not show you through dream or vision or whatever, but if it's Mr. Right, there will be multiple confirmations that God will be showing you. And this is why you need to ask God about the person who he has in store for you before you get with that person. Because where you know, I see a lot of quotes on Instagram that says, well, the man God has for you, he will know you when he sees you, and he will ask God before he asks you. But as a girl, you can do the same thing. You can ask God about the man he has for you and know the information that you need to know before you see him too. And the reason why I can boldly tell you that is because I do it. That's the reason why I'm not dating anymore. It's because God has already told me everything I need to know about the person that he's got for me. So when guys approach me, I don't even pay attention to him, because I know what he's told me in my secret place. And that's why I encourage you to do the same thing, so you don't waste your time. So when it's with Mr. Right, your spirit, something within you will recognize that person. It's like you know them, but you don't really know them. But within you, it's like you know them, but you don't, because you've never seen them, or maybe you have. Or when you're around them, you feel comfortable, you feel at peace, you feel safe around them. Not because he's got muscles, but because there's a witness going on within your spirit, and you cannot really understand what I'm saying until you're in that situation. To be honest with you, you can't really understand it. So bad dreams is an invisible red flag. Even if you're friends with someone and you're constantly having bad dreams about your friend, you need to ask God questions. There's a spirit behind your friend that is working in her that is coming against you. And if you're in a relationship with someone, you're dating someone, and you're having constant bad dreams about that person, then you need to start asking God questions. You need to stay away from that person for a while. There was a time where I was in a relationship with someone, and God showed me in a dream that the person that you're with, he's chatting up other girls on social media. And as soon as I got to his house the following week, the same way God showed me in the dream was exactly how I saw it in real life. So you have to pay attention to dream. Don't just wake up and be like,
oh, it's just a dream. It doesn't matter. He just loves me. He treats me the best, and nobody has ever treated me the way he treated me.
You're deceiving yourself, because God cannot lie, and God will not lie. What would be the profit of God lying to you? God is happy to see his children happy, to see his children in love, to see his children do the right thing and be with the right person. So you have to pay attention to your dreams. That's it for this video. I hope you guys learned something in this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Until my next video, stay blessed and stay beautiful. Bye.